India has now responded to Sri Lankan president fleeing the country. India and Sri Lanka tweeted, High Commission categorically denies baseless and speculative reports that India facilitated the recent reported travel of Gotabaya out of Sri Lanka. It is reiterated that India will continue to support the people of Sri Lanka as they seek to realize their aspirations of prosperity and progress through democratic means and values, establish democratic institutions and constitutional framework. Also listen in to what External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Tuesday described the situation prevailing in Sri Lanka as complicated and said India's focus right now is the economic aspect of the neighbouring country. Listen.
The situation in Sri Lanka is very sensitive, it's very complicated. Our commitment, our support is for the Sri Lankan people because they are our neighbours, they are our friendly people. We want to help them to go through a very difficult phase in their lives. And because of this feeling of friendship, we have been extremely supportive of them in the last few months. So our focus right now is on the Sri Lankan economic situation. How can we help them? We are not involved in the other matters. So that is what is the situation.
Purnima, we were just listening in to External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar talking about how India will help Sri Lanka. But to be clear, the people of Sri Lanka and not the government of Sri Lanka. So $3.8 billion already given to Sri Lanka in aid. Also tell us about the situation on ground. You spoke to a protester. They said that they are happy with the efforts of India and that they are happier with the help coming in from India than what has been given to by them from China.
Well, many protesters and many people we speak to from Sri Lanka say that India has been more helpful than China, and India is one of the donor countries that's assisting Sri Lanka when in need, especially when it comes to fuel. They think that India is very helpful while China is not, and some of them even say that it's because of the Chinese debt that Sri Lankan crisis has worsened. We will also try and speak to some of them, but many of them feel that India has so far helped Sri Lanka. We'll also get in a word from some of them. Do you all think that India is sort of, sir, do you think that India is trying to help people of Sri Lanka? Is India trying to assist Sri Lanka more than China? Do you feel that?
I don't think China and India both help in Sri Lanka now.
Both are helping Sri Lanka. Do you think assistance from neighboring countries would help Sri Lanka?
Yes, I think in this movement assisting from other countries is helping Sri Lanka. Yes.
Okay. And do you think it's going to take a long time for Sri Lanka to get back to normalcy? Because right now there's complete unavailability of fuel. So do you think this crisis is only going to get worse before it gets better? Is that something that you're predicting?
Yes, I think this is going to be a long time crisis. So it will be, I think it will get better. It will cause very long time to get better in our country.
Once President resigns, do you think Sri Lanka would get out of the crisis sooner than ever?
Yes, I think.
Are you all here to celebrate?
Of course, we are celebrating President resigning. Also, we are in this Aragale for new better Sri Lanka. Make better Sri Lanka. Yes.
So that's the word that's coming in from people that India, of course, is being helpful to Sri Lanka, and they think that the crisis is only going to get worse before it gets better, considering that for the country to recover, it's going to get worse because they really need short-term and long-term strategies to ensure that Sri Lanka gets assistance not just from donor countries like India, but also to get IMF assistance, because the discussions with the IMF, that's still on, and and these are the two short-term measures that Sri Lankan government is trying to focus to ensure that they don't run out of essential commodities in the next 2-3 months at least.
Thank you very much, Purnima, for bringing us all those voices from ground. The revolution will be televised and right here on CNN News 18. On that note, I'm going to slip into a very short break, but do come back on the other side. News and updates continue right here.